After the gradebooks have been completed, the grade marks can be calculated from the gradebook and transferred over to the student's grades. From the navigation tree on the left, select Grades. Select the period you wish to enter grades for. To load grades, click the Load Grades from Gradebook button. A pop-up will appear. Step 1 is to click on the drop-down and select the period. This is the period the gradebook is set for. The grade roster period you had open will default to the period in the drop-down menu. Adjust as needed. If you already have grades loaded, you can override those grades by clicking the Override Existing Marks checkbox. If the checkbox is not checked, then any grades that are already posted on the grading roster will not be updated. Click the Next button to continue. Step 2 will display the teacher's available gradebooks for the period selected. If you have multiple gradebooks, consider which gradebooks are being applied to the current reporting period. If you have already started a new grading term in Gradebook, then the newest gradebook will appear first, or at the top. In this example, I am reporting fall semester grades, but I already have my spring semester gradebook set up. I need to adjust my overall percent mark to apply 0% of my new spring gradebook and 100% of my fall gradebook. If you have multiple gradebooks for this period, like Ceramics 1 and 2 shown here, apply 100% of one gradebook now to one batch of students, and then repeat this process to upload the other gradebook for the remaining students. If you have multiple gradebooks for the same set of students, for example a rubric gradebook and a traditional gradebook, you can apply a value to each type of gradebook towards the final grade report here. If you only want to apply a certain assignment range to a grade report, then adjust the assignment range here. For this year-long gradebook, I only want to apply scores for my first 20 assignments. 1 through 999 is the default assignment range for the gradebook and will apply all assignments in the gradebook to the percent of overall marks specified. When you are finished selecting your gradebooks, click the Next button. Step 3 determines how the gradebook scores will apply to the grade report. The default pulls the final marks from your gradebook, but can be adjusted as needed. If you do not want to load a specific grade, like a plus or a minus, then change the percentage of that mark to a low percent of 0 and a high percent of 0 and adjust the higher and lower marks as needed. Click Next to continue. Step 4 is a preview of all the students' gradebook averages, and the final mark that will be loaded based on the previous screen. Click Import Grades to finish loading the grades from this gradebook. Notice that grades loaded for all my Ceramics 1 students, but not for Ceramics 2. I can now repeat the process and apply 100% of my Ceramics 2 fall gradebook for my Ceramics 2 students. Now that the grades have been loaded from the gradebook, the grade reporting screen can be adjusted as needed. Use the Edit All Records button to adjust any grades, or mass add values such as citizenship, work habits, comments that will apply to the entire class, or individual comments for the one student. When you have finished making your changes, select the Done Editing button to see the changes that have been saved to the system. Repeat this process for other gradebooks and other periods.